It has now been 3 weeks since heavy rain pummeled Texas, sweeping away hundreds of people overnight. As of today, 135 people have lost their lives, and for the survivors, their lives are forever changed. Floodwaters swept through the state July 4th with devastation and destruction following. One Texan missed the entire thing, learning of the news while on a trip 1,500 miles away in Colorado, but she wasn't entirely out of the woods. The surge in water overtaking her ranch and her beloved dog Ziva went missing. What followed, a race against time, an intense and overwhelming search, and an emotional rescue. After being missing for 16 hours, Ziva was found alive. She was trapped in a flooded gully, the roaring river blocking any chance of her escaping on her own. But thanks to this tracking GPS collar, Ziva's owner was able to locate her, even while out of town. And Aaron Douget, the proud owner of her pup Ziva and Paisley's Pasture Ranch, joins us now live. Aaron, this story, it just tugs on your heartstrings, and I really appreciate you being here. I understand you bought this collar for Ziva while you were away from your ranch so that you could track her while your family was overseeing operations where you were. Can you walk us through what was going through your mind and how grateful I'm sure you were for that purchase?
Without that collar, Ziva wouldn't have been found. Where she was at on the river, nobody would have found her. Not only was she in a desolate part of the river where there is no housing to see where she was at, there also wasn't going to be any foot traffic. Nobody was going to be out there looking for her. The only reason I knew she was missing is because that collar told me that Ziva had left the boundaries of the ranch. It sent me a text message, which then made me go, uh-oh. And while I was tracking her on the app, I saw that she had made it to the river. And I knew that that's not where she should have been.
Well, I know you were pinging her, her location was tracking, but, you noted in reports it was in the same spot for hours, and you were concerned, she may have passed in all of this.
Yes, because that section of river isn't someplace she should have been. And Ziva, I could watch her, and I watched her on the app all night, and I can see that she was trying to get out of where she was at. That app let me know that she was active, and then it kind of went radio silent. I either thought maybe she had passed away, or maybe the collar had come loose, and it wasn't a good situation.
No.
I had nothing to do but wait till morning, till daybreak to call my sister.
And they went over there and they're saying they're in this location, they're trying to find her, but it was another element of this tracker, the pinging, that really brought your family into this beautiful reunification. Can you describe how that all went down, how they rang those bells so that they could find her?
So when my sister arrived at the river, my sister Shannon, she sent me pictures, and the river was flooded. It was roaring, and there was no Ziva in sight. And where the GPS tracker was showing was inaccessible. She couldn't see her. Ziva wasn't making any noise. So there's an option to make it ping. It's not loud by any means, but the ping is different enough from the surrounding sounds of nature for my sister to have been able to pick it up. And she followed the pinging opposite of the side of the river that Ziva was on and was able to then view her where she was at. And she sent me a picture and said she's alive.
Oh, what was that moment like?
Oh, I burst into tears.
No, I'm sure you did.
We're expecting to find either her collar or not a good situation.
What a miracle. And she's doing well today. She's perfectly healthy.
She's just went back to being Ziva, like nothing ever happened.
My goodness. It's so important to highlight these happy stories, I think, and it was so much devastation. I'm so grateful to read about it. I'm so happy you've been reunited. How is your farm? How's everybody doing?
Everybody's fine. Everything is fine. The river went back down to normal, to its normal levels, and everybody just kind of moved on with life. I think it's just Shannon and myself that this really just will stick with us for a long time. The purchase of that collar, it saved her life.
Well, and what an absolute miracle that she's totally healthy, that she's just doing great. We are so thrilled to report on that. What a great dog mama you are, Erin.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.